good afternoon, good everything, dependent on the time that you are listening to me currently or the time that you are watching this. You're welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluwapelumedisu, and I am a lawyer and IT business analyst currently living in Lagos, Nigeria. So on this channel, I like to make videos about working in as an IT business analyst and working in tech generally in Nigeria. And essentially this is what this channel is all about currently. Sometimes though I like to make videos about things that I find interesting, but predominantly this is about working in tech, and I like to share knowledge as much as possible. So if it's your first time, seeing this pretty face, hi, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and we do hope that you come again and again and again and again. You're welcome. And if you're an oldie, what's good, what's popping? It's good to have you back. And let's get right into the video. Please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, do not forget to meet me in the comment section and all that good works. You know it by now, right? Thank you guys. Let's get right into it. As you must have seen on the thumbnail, right? Today we're going to be talking about user personas. This is a follow-up onto the video that I posted last, which was writing user stories and acceptance criteria. And so, still in the same light, I'm going to be showing you how to come up with your user personas and essentially what user personas tend to, what it tends to achieve in the life cycle of your documentation, right? Let's get right into it. So just as mentioned, I'm going to be showing you how to write your user personas, right? And in writing this, in writing your user personas, I'm going to be showing you how this works, right? So, hypothetical situation, right? Let's say I'm writing this user persona for a a a teenagers platform, right? A teenagers platform. My focus is Tinding. The teenagers platform is called Tinding. That's what the teenagers platform is called, Tinding, right? And in doing this, I'm going to be identifying the personas. So someone might be asking, what are user personas? User personas are the types of users that will be using your product. But this time around, you are putting a face to them, and you are channeling and you are penning down their frustrations, like their goals, their motivation, their preferences. It's more like data for you, right? I'm sure um if you use Instagram, right, you will know that this forms a great what's the word to use? This forms a great part of how Instagram is formed, because to an extent Instagram tries as much as possible to personalize the experience that you get from using Instagram, so to say, for so that it feels more like, this app was made for you. That's why sometimes, you think of something and it looks like, it pops up on your Instagram feed immediately, right? So user personas makes it easy for you to put a face to the users, or otherwise known as stakeholders. Your users are part of your stakeholders that you work with as a business analyst. So at the point of elicitation, and you are eliciting requirements, you also get to put a face to your users. And when you are interviewing your stakeholders, your users, you get some of this information. Some of the time, you can do this by workshops, or by just one-on-one interviews with your users. And you know you get this. So I would like to also state that it's not in all organizations that user personas are used, but it's a very integral part of of your documentation and of writing business cases and your yeah, a lot of business cases, have to have like user persona in them. It helps you as a business analyst to go from understanding your users, and just like I said in the last video that I did, to understanding how each user story works for each user, right? Which user story is going to apply to which user, right? So like I said, this is a teenage this is a this Tindin is an app, tailored to tech trainings for teenager. So in light of this picture here, this is our name is this user here is Oluwafisayomi Akinola, and this is our persona, right? This is one of our personas. I'm sure you can see inside the screen. We have a lot of more other personas on this platform. You have tech trainers. This as a case study. This platform that I was using had tech trainers as one of the stakeholders that I use users for, but the one I'm going to be showing is a teenager for the user persona, right? And so I'm going to be identifying this person's frustration, right? This reason I'm saying that is best to use it in business cases, right? Is because for frustrations, for example, this person says inability to have access to tech training platforms and network with like-minded teenagers, access to recruiters across the world, and access to counselors. So for this person, based on one-on-one interviews and interactions with this user, we're able to come up with this person frustration, and we're going to pin it in this place called a user persona alongside the person's picture. And and this place, if you see, we're also looking at the goals. A user personas must contain your frustrations, the frustrations of the persona, the picture of the persona, the name of the persona, the goal of the persona, right? So user personas are not necessarily tailored to your application that you are trying to build, right? You are just trying to build an application based off of your users' frustration, users in the users in your or your stakeholders. You're trying to build an application off of their need. So user personas will help you justify the need that you are mentioning that your application can solve, or the value that you are highlighting that your application can give. So therefore, a user persona, like I said before, number one, must contain frustrations, right? The frustrations of this user, and it's based off of this frustration that we are coming up with this tech platform. Like I said again, this frustration of this particular user says inability to have access to tech training platforms. Remember that the focal point, the platform, the hypothetical platform that we're using for this is Tindin, and is a tech training platform tailored to teenagers. So this teenager is saying that their own frustration based off of engagement is they're saying that they don't have access to tech training platforms, right? And so this is one of the justification for which Tindin is built. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is one of the justification that forms to say, oh, okay, we can build Tindin because it will offer value to teenagers, and yada 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 and stuff like that. And of course, your user persona must contain the goal. So this is a very rough sketch, but you can do your user personas and design them on PowerPoints, even on Word, and even on Canva actually, and design them as much as you like, right? So on Go, right? I would also like to state that you don't necessarily have to have had a one-on-one with some of your users to be able to come up with the user personas. There are different other methods of getting, like, of finding out who your users are. Social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram. These are also places of finding your user personas and getting information about them concerning their frustrations, their goal, their bio, their motivations, and stuff like that. Right. So moving on. So user persona must contain the goal. Right. So the goal for this teenager is a training platform
focused on teenagers interested in honing tech skills with access to opportunities and mentorship that can prepare her for the future and increase her exposure. So you see what I'm saying? Her frustrations and her goals ties to the value that Tuned In is trying to bring. That makes any sense. Her frustration, if Tindin goes ahead to form a tech platform, and you know that her frustrations have been solved, and you know that her goals have been achieved, because unlike the frustration that there was no tech platform for teenagers before, there is now a tech platform for teenager. Right. So that's frustrations and goal. So bio would, sort of like an explanation of who Oluwafsayo Akinola is as a teenager. Right. So it says this young person is a young lady that just graduated from secondary school and all. So it puts your user into perspective. So taking us back to the user story I did the last video I posted. Imagine me writing a user story for this user persona now. And I say, oh, as a student, I will like to that her user story now will be channeled to her as a teenager. Remember that I said that for this platform, if you look at this corner, you see another user persona. This user persona is an adult, like a tech trainer. So imagine writing a user story for that user persona, right? You know that it will be tailored to what a teenager or a tech trainer would like to see on an application like LinkedIn. And for this, if I write a user story, having this my user persona in mind, I am writing a user story to say this is what a teenager with this type of goal and frustrations, and based on our bio, you know, this is what a teenager would like to be able to do on this platform. And this is what my user story will be built around, and my acceptance criteria will be built around. So once again, if you have not watched my last video, please hurry, 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 hurry. So it doesn't look like we're talking in gibberish. Hurry, 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 and go and watch that video. Right? So again, frustrations, goal, and bio must be present in a user persona. And then we are looking at the motivation. What is the driving force for this person? And for why it is learning new things, right? And so therefore we have this is the sixth thing that must be present in the user persona: the picture, the name, the frustrations, the goal, the bio, and the motivation. And so to have an idea of the type of channels that this, or the medium of expression that this teenager likes, is no surprise that these teenagers preferred channels are Instagram and TikTok. That also gives a psychological insight into how this teenager thinks, right? Based on the age. If my user persona was somebody that is much older, like a working class like myself, or like a tech trainer, the person's preferred channels might definitely be different, right? Same as their motivation, the frustrations, the goal, the bio, meaning we can all use one platform, and our goal and what we aim to get out of the platform are totally different, right? Which in turn now informs our user stories and acceptance criteria. Capish? So I think we've come to this one is a very short one. I'm also trying not to overflog each one that I do, so that I know that information overload can be quite a lot. So I'm also trying not to overflog so many concepts into one video. It will take my time, right? But it's all right. It's all well and good. I'll take our time to constantly make more videos on different, so many more videos are coming. Let me know the one that you would like to see: user journey mapping, traceability matrix, BRDs, um, test scripts, business cases, and what have you. So many more I have up my sleeves to take us through. And so please, I've come to the end of this video. Please kindly subscribe, kindly share with your loved ones. Let me hear your comment. Let me hear your experience. Do you have another approach to rising your user personas? we all can learn. Let me hear your approach. Let me hear your insights, and see what, or informs your user personas. And if it's your first time seeing a user personas, to let's say hi in the comment section if you are learning a thing or two. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Till my next vlog, guys. It's love and light.